Over here, we have defined the batch size, chosen the device, be it GPU or CPU, and prepared our data loaders for training and validation. Now let's define our neural network model as well. For example, over here, we are training our model to classify between pneumonia and normal X-ray images. Additionally, we have defined our loss function to binary cross entropy loss, chosen the Adam optimizer and set up a scheduler to adjust the learning rate. At the end, we have defined our calculate accuracy function to calculate the accuracy. Now let's jump into the training process. We will run for a specific number of epochs, say 25. Within each epoch, we will switch our model to training mode for the train data and evaluation mode for the validation data. This ensures that layers like dropout and batch normalization behave correctly during training and evaluation. We will track 4 variables: train running loss, train running accuracy, val running loss, and val running accuracy. These will help us monitor the progress of our model during training. Now we will create 2 loops to loop over our train loaders and val loaders, which will give us the input as in our data and the labels. Let's put them into our device as well, shall we? Now we will reset our optimizer's gradients. This step is crucial because Pytorch accumulates gradients by default, which is useful when we do it over multiple mini batches. But for standard training loops, you want to clear the previous gradients before computing the new ones. Without resetting the gradients, the optimizer would add up all the previous gradients, causing incorrect and often large changes to the model's parameters. Now let's get back to our kid analogy. When we ask the model to give us the output, it's like the kid is teaching herself how to walk. The steps she takes are similar to the learning rate. Sometimes she will fall, which is like calculating the loss, telling us where it went wrong. Let's also calculate the accuracy over here. During the training loop, we compute the change in the loss with respect to each parameter of the model. This process is like the kid understanding why she failed. In technical terms, this is called backpropagation, where you go back and understand your mistakes. In Pytorch, we use the loss.backward method for this. Then optimizer.step method updates the model parameter using the gradients computed during the backward pass. This is like the kid learning from her mistakes, standing up and trying not to fall again while walking. How adorable. Okay, back to the video. Now let's accumulate our loss and accuracy of every iteration in running loss and running accuracy. At the end of each iteration, we'll compute average loss and average accuracy. Great, we are almost done. Now we will call scheduler.step method to adjust our learning rate. We will put our whole validation loop inside torch.nograd because this method disables gradient computation, which we don't need during validation and can save memory and computation time. At the end, let's print our train loss, train accuracy, validation loss, and validation accuracy. Now let's train our model. Over here, our pneumonia model has given us around 84% accuracy on validation data and 91% accuracy on training data. The model seems to be overfitting. We will look into how to improve our model in some other video, okay? These are the complete process of a training loop. These steps stay same for any model you will train. Getting output from the model, calculating loss, which can differ based on what kind of output you want, doing backpropagation, and updating model parameters. Thank you for watching till the end. In the next video, we will see exactly what the neural net has learned and how we can interpret its learning. Till then,